A lot of people have been asking me lately, what is the night shift? Well, guys, the night shift is for late heads. It's for the vampires, the freaks, the weirdos. The premise of the show is a late night janitorial shift that we all have to work together. All the segments, power naps, menial tasks, lunch break, toilet time, all part of the shift that we have to work together. You get it? Second note, I wanted to call out today. I'll be honest with you. I wanted to call out. Every time I fall asleep, I get this little tickle in the back of my throat and I start choking. Like I'm choking to death. I wake up, I can't sleep. I haven't slept for more than like 3 hours at a time. I couldn't call out because I didn't want to get fired. Okay, like I didn't want you guys to get all pissed off, flip out on me, write me up. So here I am. All of that said, welcome back to the night shift. You're working late and so are we. Time to clock in. Right off the ripper, some big news this week. The Maverick house is looking for new maids. So last year, Logan spent roughly $100,000 on maid service. They come every day. It's a big team of them. They come in with their buckets. They come in at like 7:30 a.m. They wake everybody up. They do a great job, but they're super expensive. And so beautiful assistant Danny decided there has to be a better way. We should be able to like hire one person that could just be here all day. So I come downstairs the other day and I see this lady in the kitchen. The first thing I see is like these huge like back tattoos. David, you saw her, right? Just tattooed everywhere. No problem with that. That's fine, of course. And I look at her and I come around the corner real slowly and I look and I go, hey. And she turns to me and she goes, hi. And instantly, I knew this lady was gonna kill all of us. It was guaranteed. And so she spends the whole day here. She cleans all the dishes. She cleans all the bedrooms. Really nice, like everything was fine. We were nice to each other. She was a sweet lady. And then at the end of the day, Danny came up to me and she was like, I'm going around the house and asking everyone 2 things that they noticed about the maid. My answers were, number 1, she was definitely a pirate in a former life. She had the fucking eye patch. She made people walk the plank. Number 2, this lady, once again, is going to kill all of us. It was a sure shot thing. I knew it. She wanted us to like email her how she did and stuff, and her email was like dark soul something, and it was just so clear. Like everything that I said was right. She was definitely a pirate. She was definitely gonna kill everyone. The next day we had a different candidate come in. She seemed much less homicidal. Once again, the story is meaningless, but it's something that's happening here at the Maverick house. Number 2, hey Los Angeles, stop doing so much drugs, please. So me and Logan go out the other night. By the way, 6 days sober, David, as you know, on this brand new sober binge. Things are going great.
Movie nights every night.
By the way, I put on my Instagram stories this past week. We watched Sicario. We watched Eastern Promises with Viggo Mortensen. We watched Lord of War with Nicolas Cage. And No Country for Old Men. Those 4 movies, especially No Country for Old Men, if you've not seen any of those movies, those are all in my personal list of movies to watch. Watch all of those movies.
You should stop the night shift right now and watch it.
Yeah, no, don't stop watching the night shift right now. Watch the end of this episode and then go watch one of those movies. All incredible movies. But me and Logan still want to take the opportunity to go out here and there, be out in the city, seeing people, whatever. We took helicopters from LA down to Anaheim. We saw Nate Diaz win. We saw a bunch of fights in the UFC fight. We took a chopper back. We went to Justin Roberts' birthday party, and then we went out afterwards. And we went to Warwick. We went to the club. Neither of us were drinking. I was just like drinking Red Bull and shit. And we met these 2 like Insta models. And we went to like one after party with them. That was cool. We went to another after party with them. That was cool. And it was like 4:30 a.m. And we were like, yo, like, do you guys want to like go get some food? Like come back to our house, hang out for a bit. These girls had no concept of like time, space, anything like that. We're going to leave to go home now and eat. And they were like, why do you want to do that? Why do you want to leave? Like, we're having fun. I'm like, yo, look around you right now. There's no one here. It's only the stragglers. This is literally like the bottom of like a Slurpee, like the section where you can't suck it up. There's nothing left. There's nothing left for us here. We have to leave. It's hard for me to tell people to stop doing drugs. Obviously, like I went through my whole period too, but maybe I just didn't realize how fucking annoying it is, dude. Even after those first 2 girls, I come back to the house, I call another girl, she comes over, and we're laying in bed together. It's the end of the night. You know, we hooked up, blah, blah. Now it's like 6:30 a.m., okay? I'm sick, I'm sober, I'm tired, I want to go to sleep. And she's like talking to me, because, by the way, she's on fucking drugs, okay? Like everyone else in the city. okay? And she's talking to me. It's 6:30. All I want to do is go to fucking sleep, right? And every 5 seconds, all I hear is... And then, so she's sniffling nonstop. I'm like, yo, can you please get a tissue, blow your nose? She doesn't do it. She just keeps sniffling. Then, this. Any guy watching this, and I know most of the people watching this are guys. I think we're like 90% guys, 10% females at this point, which is fucking ridiculous, but awesome. But also ridiculous, but also awesome. You know, if you've ever slept next to a girl, in the middle of the night, you sometimes hear this. Fucking texting people. Who are you texting at 7 in the morning? Just go to sleep. Like, literally. So anyways, another random story. Stop doing drugs, LA. The biggest piece of news from this weekend, and you couldn't have made this shit up, especially with how in love Jake and Tana are and how real that wedding was.
That's crazy.
Just released an hour before filming this, pictures of Jake Paul and ex-girlfriend Erika Costello having what seemed to be a friendly lunch together. Speculation has gone wild. The Jerica pages have reactivated. Keemstar's talking about, everybody's reporting about this mind-blowing and monumental situation, especially just after the wedding of the century and what appeared to be the real deal love story of 2019. First of all, it's not really my place to report on this. You know, we don't do a lot of YouTube drama, but this is a big story. And so instead of reporting on it, instead of speculating and me and David going back and forth, I don't know how to say this, but we got her. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we have Erika Costello on the night shift today. Erika, come on. No, I'm just kidding. We don't have Erika Costello on the night shift. It would be awesome if we did, but unfortunately we don't. Furthermore, I don't have any thoughts on this. I don't fucking know. I can't keep up. It's a circus. Me and Jake have reunited. We're friends again. Kid's a good kid. I don't know what's going on, Jerica fans, Jana fans. I don't know who Jake's really dating, if he's really in love, if the marriage is real. I don't know about any of it, okay? But that said, there was a lunch, okay? And that's pretty clear at this point. There was a lunch. And finally tonight, before we get into everybody's favorite segments of the show, David, can you, I hate to say it, but can you put your phone down? It distracts me because what it makes me feel like is if I can't get you to pay attention, like, what the fuck is good, bro? You're supposed to be my friend and you're the cameraman, dude.
I have to watch it back.
No, I don't care about that. And you're not going to watch it back. Okay, put your phone down on the floor and interact with me, okay? Get excited. Seem excited. Put a smile on your face. Make me laugh, okay? Come on, dude. There you go. Perfect. Okay. There's no better way for me to intro a new segment that I want to do where weekly I share DM tips with you guys from the set. A lot of people are asking me all the time, yo, Mike, like, how do I DM girls? Like, give me tips on this and that. And by the way, no one better than me to give those tips. I'm sliding in DMs constantly. I would consider myself somewhere between like master and like fucking pharaoh of the DMs department. Unfortunately, today's tip is gonna start off with one that I learned the hard way. Today's DM tip for you boys and girls is wait patiently until you have an open shot. This goes without saying. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Never message a girl randomly. The wait into a girl's DM that matters, that will make sense, that will actually get you somewhere is to reply to a story. Always reply to a story, come up with something relevant, timely, you know, something that you can kind of tie back to create a conversation to a story that they've already posted, okay? Well, this weekend I did just that.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. She's hot, right? Anyways, I've been pretty open with you guys about this girl. It's Julia Rose on Instagram. I talked about her on Impulsive one time. She's a smoke show, and she's been my digital crush for a while now. I started following her. She followed me back. I've been waiting for the right time to kind of slide into her DMs. And so she posted a picture yesterday with a girl that I also know, and so I made a comment about the two of them together. It was perfect. I replied to her story. She responds back a couple hours later. I go back. She goes back. I go back. So then at one point, she said something that kind of upped the ante a little bit, and it got me all excited. It was like slightly like playful. I wouldn't call it sexual, but it was like slightly playful, right? Normally, what you do here in this situation is if a girl gives you that alley, you don't just oop it in. You don't just go and dunk that thing. It's a trap. It's a bit of a trap. What you need to do is you need to play it cool for a while, boys, girls. So I'm just gonna say it. Anyway, so she talks about like being an angel, and I was like, well, I followed you for a while. It doesn't appear that you're an angel to me. And she said, well, maybe you're not looking hard enough with like the shh emoji, that guy. And when I saw that, I was like, is she saying like I should be looking harder? Like, is this like an invite? Is this the alley to my oop, right? And I got too excited. I got too excited. And I said the following. It was something like, it's kind of hard to see from all the way back here. Maybe I'll trade you a couple shots of Patron for a closer look. It wasn't horrible. It was like 6 out of 10, but it was pretty, it was all right, but it was pretty weak, okay? Yeah. So I guess what I'm getting at today, guys, is you need to break down the defense a little bit at a time before you shoot that major shot, before you ask for that date, before you say, let's go take shots, before you do whatever, right? And so she was still, she had probably sent me like 4 messages. Like her defense was still up pretty high. So when I took that shot.
That's a 5th floor problem.
Okay.
Not in my house.
It was just too early for it. And so about 2 hours, no, like an hour and a half went by. It hadn't been opened. And I showed it to Logan and I was like, bro, I sent this message to her. And normally I don't do this. Like I can't remember the last time I showed Logan a DM. Like I DM people all day, but this girl, like, so hot, digital crush, all that shit, right? And he's like, yo, I'll be honest with you, man, it's horrible. And that's Logan, of course, overly critical, somewhat jokingly. But he's like, it's horrible. Why don't you unsend it?
Oh, no. You get notifications now.
I know. Okay, and in my moment of haste, I listened to Logan and I fucking unsent it. So anyways, that's ruined. I fucked up. My chances are blown. I sent another message later in the night of me in the helicopter, and it said scouring LA for a closer look. But like, you know she saw the first message. I know it was good, but if it was the first thing I sent, by the way, maybe she didn't see the first message. Maybe that was the first thing she saw. Either way, she didn't respond. She didn't even fucking open it. Okay, so something tells me that she saw the first message. She was like, this sucks. And then to make matters worse, she saw that I panicked and fucking removed it. And now I look like a big schmuck with butter on my face. Okay, so anyways, guys.
I don't even toast.
Play it cool, even when the invite's there, even when the alley happens, don't always oop it. Wait for the best possible chance to take your shot. Pass the ball around a little bit. Hit your boys, get the ball back, and then when it's open, when you have an open shot, make sure you take it the right way. Follow through. Get that ball in the hoop. Don't fuck up like I did, because to be honest with you, she didn't respond, and now just like that, the love of my life is gone forever, okay? And I'm pretty sad about it, I'll be honest with you. Anyways, I'm sure you guys are tired. You've been working the night shift. You deserve a little snooze, a little power nap maybe. And so here's a new segment I call Power Naps, where I show you the living chambers of people at Team Maverick and other celebrity and influencer homes. Let's take a nap. Yo, what's up? Come on into my crib. All right, guys, welcome to the first ever edition of a new segment I'm calling Power Naps, where you get to see the sleeping quarters of the people that live at the Maverick house. I'm probably gonna stretch this out to other people outside the Maverick house at some point, because I think it's cool to see people's rooms. But I am gonna kick it off today with the worst bedroom in the entire Maverick house, complete and utter shithole, my room. And I'm gonna explain to you guys a few things. I'm gonna show you how I live. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna show you guys is the door that David just came in. First and foremost, this door has been broken for the past 6 months, ever since Logan decided he wanted to wake me up one day. He took this battering ram and he smashed it through the fucking door. Since then, the door is not closed, so I have to stuff this pillow behind it. And this pillow is what actually allows the door to stay closed. All right, come on in, let's go. So the first thing I'm gonna show you guys is my couch. Obviously it's Sactionals by Lovesac, but I don't use the couch for sitting like most people would. I use it for basically just throwing shit onto it. So I've got an Xbox, hasn't been plugged in a couple years. I just leave that there. JBL speaker that's not charged, it wouldn't work. And then basically it just becomes like a home for all my laundry. So when I do my laundry, I have my new assistant, she folds it up real nice, and then I just stick it here. You know, I think there's probably a lot of people watching this that can relate. You got a couch, but you don't sit on it. It's just for your laundry, that's it. The next thing you're gonna see is an open suitcase. This is so that at any moment I can throw clothes in it because I'm always on the go. So this thing's always open, always ready. I can throw some shit in it, zip it up, be out of this house in fucking like an hour. So this is my closet. This is where I keep my clothes. It's just like a bunch of black t-shirts and like other shit. Most of the stuff I don't wear because all the stuff I do wear just ends up on the couch, you guys, like I said earlier. And there's a pair of Yeezy Boost. It's just a bunch of shit in there kind of thrown in. But this is where the real magic happens, guys. I'm gonna show you what I would say is probably the best part of my room, and that is what I call the cave. Basically, it's a set of steps that go down into a bed, okay? So you come down here, you just hop in, Casper mattress. I got the Kong pillow because I like to sit next to my good old friend, R.I.P. Kong. You come down here, there's a light, but that's never on. It's a love factory down here. And by the way, it's also a great place to sleep. It stays nice and dark in here all the time because the light's not able to get to it because the den and cave factor that's involved. I'm a huge napper. A lot of people know that. I take naps every day around 4:30 p.m. The light's not able to get down here, and so I come down here and I take naps. You know, I'll be honest with you, it's a bit weird. Some people are a little unsure about it, especially girls the first time. They don't really complain too much because they think about it. Wow, you sleep in a cave, that's pretty cool. I got a big box of CBD products, all my Coachella bands, the KSI vs. Logan Paul 2018 AAA badge hanging. By the way, the reason I'm wearing this bandana today is because I don't know if it's been announced yet by the time this airs, but there is a fight date for the Logan Paul KSI fight that will be taking place in Los Angeles. I probably can't say too much about it because I don't want to get in trouble, but it's fucking happening. It's happening. Onto my desk, this is where I get some of my work done. It's just a mixture of just like things. You got my passport, my credit card. Hopefully you can't see the numbers on that. This is my dog Finny, wire-haired fox terrier from back home in Connecticut. I keep her there so I can take a look at her. Some pictures of like babies. Here's a picture of me, Jocelyn, Logan Paul, and Jake Paul. Shout out Jake Paul, I love you. So it's pretty much just like another spot where I can just throw shit. I got the big screen TV that I never watch, never turn on. By the way, I don't spend any time in this room, never in here. The only time I'm in here is to sleep, that's it. Shout out Charlie, at Charlie on Instagram. I got the winning streak on the wall. That's kind of the one decoration. You come in here and you just got the classic bathroom, okay? I take a lot of supplements. I take the horny goat weed to keep my stamina and my libido high. As I get older, I'm almost 80 now. I got the testosterone booster for my workout. I got some L-arginine for that flex, for that pump, and a 7 mushroom blend mushroom complex. Helps me think better, keeps my mind moving. Not those kind of mushrooms. Get that shit out of your head, okay? They're great too, though. You got the glass shower. That's it. You got a glass shower. And then, of course, my favorite spot in the room, the toilet. And the toilet seat's broken, and so it won't stay up. And so most of the time when I'm pooping, it's pushing on my back and knocking me off the toilet. There'll be a few times where I fall off the fucking thing. That sucks. Got a script here. I'm just gonna say it right now, I got a couple acting gigs being thrown at me right now, so that's dope. And I'm currently reading a book called Unfuck Yourself, Get Out of Your Head and Into Your Life. Highly recommend this book. I've read a bunch of it. I want to keep these segments kind of built on like a scoring system. And so let's rate the room, okay? Number one, cleanliness factor. Look around the room, you see for yourself, the floor is pretty clean, but there's shit everywhere. It's just a disaster. When you see some of the other rooms in this house, some of the other bedrooms, you understand how bad this is. Let's give it a 4 out of 10 on the cleanliness factor. Next up is the design. It's pretty dope. You got the cave down there. That's always a favorite. The storage couch where you can throw shit. Overall, it's got the nice wood floors that we've got throughout the house. Bathroom's got a toilet in it. Design, I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. I'm a fan of the design of this room. You got the exposed wood beams. Real nice, real nice. Number 3, the coziness factor, okay? Like I said, the den, huge favorite. Casper bed, super comfortable. And then, of course, you've got the $99 leather chair from Kinko's. This is also an incredible. I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 on comfiness. And then, of course, the most important score, the bang factor. A lot of the other people in the house will have, you know, other reasons that make this score go higher or lower. They got cool lights. Logan's got all kinds of trickery in his room, but I do have the love den. And so I gotta give the bang factor of this room about an 8 out of 10. I think it could be a little bit cooler. I think there could be some pictures on the walls. Let's be honest, once again, this room kind of sucks. I've done nothing. I don't spend any time in it, but it does have the cave, whatever you want to call it. So give it an 8 out of 10. Overall score, most important, I'm gonna give the room a 7 out of 10 on the overall score factor. Yeah, like there's gonna be better rooms in the house. I haven't done enough to really make this room cool. Let's see how people feel about this segment. I'm calling it power naps because, as you know, when you're working late, working the night shift, you gotta get a snooze in. We're gonna do more of these. We'll do Andre's room, Logan's room, Evan's room, David's room, Mac's room, Hayden's room, maybe where the dogs stay, some of that shit. And then maybe we'll start doing some of the other celebrities and influencers' rooms too. But that's all I got for the first episode of Power Naps. Let me know if you guys like this. Maybe it's a cool segment. Maybe it fucking sucks. I don't know, dude. But anyways, that's where I sleep. That's where I live. That's how I play. Let's go. So there you have it. Power Naps, new segment. Leave some comments below. Hit me up on Twitter, whatever. Let me know how you feel about it. And maybe we'll do it again. Maybe we won't. If you guys hate it, we'll fucking never do it again. I'm just going to do what you guys want to do. This is your show. It's not my show. I'm just a guy in front of the camera. It's your guys' show. You fucking own it. You pay the bills. You know how much money I made off all this YouTube shit? Not very much. And finally tonight, we leave you guys with some wisdom from everyone's favorite long-lost friend and roommate, co-host of Impulsive, Spencer Taylor, with his segment, Toilet Time with Spencer.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate that. I got a toilet tip of the day. Make sure you use and apply lotion to avoid dry skin. It's very important, okay?
You're a good asset to the house, man. You got great stuff. You got great stuff, Spencer. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? I'm not feeling well. I'm sick. I'm under the weather. And by the way, I'm shooting episode 13 tonight, too, with an adult film star. We've got Poets Corner coming back on the next episode. We've also got a new segment called Lunch Break with Chef Katie. We're just banging out a ton of segments. And then it's going to be also back to a ton of menial tasks coming up with all your favorite celebrities and influencers. I'm exhausted. I'm going to go get some sleep, take some meds. Once again, it's been good working the night shift with you. That's it for tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Clocking out, baby.
What was that?
I don't feel well, bro.